Divine cards is a system of cartomancy where playing cards are used to make predictions of your characteristics and your future timeline. The origins of this system date back to over 20,000 years ago. This was during a time when ancient wise men observed the cosmos and formulate mathematical systems. These teachings were preserved till this day, and I'm honored to present to you the Divine Cards. In this system, each day of the year is assigned one card. Each living man or woman is assigned 1 to 4 cards depending on their date of birth. The main card or birth card is of most significance, followed by the planetary ruling card or PRC. For some birthdays, there is a third or fourth card. You can see from the chart here or check the links below for your card. If you feel that the card doesn't really resonate with you, you may want to look into your birth time. I noticed the time difference when I was calculating the lucky dates for a client to buy lottery. It opened the next day. For example, if you're born in Singapore on March 7, in New York, it's March 6. So you may have to convert your birth time to UTC and then follow that date to find your birth cards. Once you have found your cards, you can check them out. If you cannot find the video on your particular card, means I have not made them yet. So please like and subscribe so that I can continue to make more videos. Thank you. Astrology of 8. 8 is associated with the planet Saturn. The energy of 8 goes round and is about restrictions, lessons, and control. So the 8, they master the art of life lessons. 8 can be very good at manifestation, but because they go round and round, they may need to learn how to stop and jump out of their box. 8 is a power number. 8 is able to expand in any direction according to their will and their mental patterns and programs. The positive side of 8 is power, material freedom, philanthropy. The negative side of 8 is scheming, materialistic, bullying, and domination. The clubs symbolize the teacher and the receptive quality of the mind, the intellectual interests and mental reactions to people, things, circumstances, and events. They are the seekers. This is the first leaf to come into life and the last to go into fall. So it signifies summer. The ancient element is air. Air is required to ignite the fire of creation and expansion. It is also the ambition that creates. It uses knowledge to create. It creates life, money, and wealth. They are the guardians of intelligence and rule all mental processes, psychological reaction, educational interests, inquiries, communication, and messages. They investigate and instigate arguments, disputes, and debates. The crux is also associated with luck and maturity. They are the brains behind successful activities. Their path and quest is for universal knowledge. They are the messengers of the gods, the links between heaven and earth. The clubs are good at all forms of education, legal matters, literature, journalism, and all creative sides. The positive side of the Clubs, they are brilliant, magnetic, thoroughly informed, and they make safe counselors. The negative side can be aggressive, intrusive, trickery, unreliable, and dishonest. So the Clubs living man, woman, or energy can tend towards the positive, negative, or being balanced. Eight of Clubs. Keywords: the mental power to accomplish any task. The Eight of Clubs is similar to the Eight of Wands in the Tarot. The similar keywords are sudden, fast success. Life in general. You may have some sort of educational interference in your earlier years and not much of a traveling before 16 years old. You have a mixture of mental strength, spiritual awareness, psychic power, and powerful emotions. You are a powerhouse. So, what does this mean? It means you can be very successful, or this can be very dangerous. You can end up confused about your life path, and so some of you have extreme psychic power. You want to be aware. Unless you are aware, you can end up being attacked, or you can end up in some mental institution, touch wood. So because of this powerful psychic insights, you are excellent, very good at judging people and situations. Know that you are very well protected and you should have no problems navigating throughout your life. Once you put your mind on something, you can achieve it. Eight of Clubs, you have no escape from obligations. You are geared towards financial security, yet you don't really have the desire for extreme wealth. You love to study and you probably find yourself taking higher education or joining study groups, and you may also be interested in metaphysical studies. You are in close proximity with the higher planes, but at the same time, this can be dangerous, so you must always protect yourself spiritually. You learn very fast, and usually you can become teachers of whatever subjects you are interested in. Very good, very fast. But you may not have the patience. You are usually interested in foreigners and foreign countries. And your health, usually you have the ability to regenerate, recuperate from whatever illness that you are suffering from, and metaphysical medicines and doctors seem to work better for you. Career, you make capable executives or forerunners in your field of work. Your foresight and intuition are your keys to your success. Knowledge is power, and you have it. You have very strong mental powers, and some of you are able to learn anything, overcome anything. You make great teachers, lecturers, and you work better in big groups or big organizations. Yes, you seem to work better with large numbers of people. You deal very well with people who are friendly, and you can't be bothered with people who slander you, people who gossip behind your back, or your oppositions. You just can't be bothered. You want to be considered the authority in your field of work, and you are really not so much concerned with wealth or money, but more about power, about being the authority on your field of work. So you do very well in the legal field, but you probably can't be bothered or have no patience with people that you think are lower in intelligence. You know what I mean. You must be well grounded in your subject and not be too scattered, or you may not be able to go far in your field. You do attract money and you have excellent, very good judgment in terms of making money. Some of you may have very important spiritual mission, whether it's for the good of humanity or for necessary evil. Ambition is good. Ambition brings you success and emotional balance. You want to be careful with fixed ideas, sudden emotional outbursts, or frustrations. Certain patterns can dominate your life. So these patterns can sometimes be negative. In other words, mental and emotional peace is crucial for you to achieve success. So because of these fixed patterns, changes can be difficult for you. But once you are clear in your objectives, you are quite okay, you are able to move forward. So you want to make sure that you are not being blinded or one-sided in your ideas and concepts. The emotional life is a bit challenging. You may have fears of being dominated. These can be deep-rooted fears. This can create quite a lot of bad negative karma, or it can cause some issues in your life. So you want to look deeper into your relationships. Are you having fear of being dominated, and you can become domineering unknowingly? So it is best for you to focus on your work and separate your emotional life from your career. Keep them separate. So you find contentment with somebody of your mental equivalent, or both of you have the similar fundamental principles. If you are a man, you prefer independent woman and not the clinging dependent type. Most of you will have to go through a difficult divorce because of some karmic connections. If you are in a relationship that is no longer working or even detrimental to your mental physical health, I suggest you seek a third party perspective, because in terms of relationships, you can also be very fixed in your ideas about love and marriages. That is why you may be stuck in a very difficult marriage, and after struggling for a period of time, you decide to get a divorce. But once you got the divorce, it's like your whole perspective changes, and you just go through this radical shift. For females, it is important that you focus on your work and not on relationships. Why? Because of your powerful mind, you can become very entangled, sort of attached emotionally, and you can become confused, and it can affect you quite a lot. So females, focus on your work, and for relationships, you wanna take a very see things from other perspective. I don't be too emotionally attached unless you are very sure of the person. You can be quite easily influenced by your partner. I mean, this is for the females. Marriageability on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is very marriageable, 10 is totally unmarriageable. 8 of Cups, your marriageability is a 4. Yes, you are very marriageable, you want to settle down and have a family. However, your ideas and the reality may, may not come together so well. That is why, in many cases, most of the 8 of Cups marriages can end up in divorce. Usually, it's a very difficult divorce emotionally, but once the divorce is over, you will see things from a very different perspective. From my experience, the marriageability is just an indication of how much you want to have a home and the stability of a home. It does not tell if you are able to maintain the marriage. For example, the marriageability of Elizabeth Taylor is a 4. She is very marriageable and has this need to want to have a stable home and security. However, as you can see from her history, there is a string of divorce and marriages. Besides marriageability, we can also see your connections with this particular person. Besides your own destiny cards, you also have your Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and a whole lot of other planetary cards. There are also past life connections. I will list some of your cards at the end of this video. So if you want to know what sort of connections you have between you and this particular person, you can search for their birth cards by their date of birth. For example, if the person is born on January 14, their main birth card will be the King of Diamonds, and their planetary card will be the 8 of Cups. They may also have a 3rd or 4th card. And then you check if the King of Diamonds has any present life connection with you. There can be more than one connection. There can be a Venus or double Venus, sometimes even triple Venus, which is, I think, quite rare, but yes, there is. There can be karmic connections. And then you can search for the King of Diamonds general reading to get a basic idea of this person's characteristics. 8 of Cups. You have no karmics. You belong to the members of the mystical family of 7 cards. Your Mercury is the 6 of Diamonds. Your Venus is the 4 of Spades. Your Mars is the 10 of Hearts. Your Jupiter is the 10 of Diamonds. Your Saturn is the 8 of Spades. Your Uranus is the Ace of Hearts. Your Neptune is the Ace of Diamonds. Your challenge is the Queen of Diamonds. Your result is the Five of Hearts. So what are all these connections about? Every card can indicate a living man or woman. It can also indicate an energy that you have or you are dealing with. You can also get the extended readings if you want to know more about your connections with these different karmics, how to deal with these challenging energies, and how to navigate around these energies. It is good to know so that you can navigate around these people or energies. For the extended readings, I will be doing the Karma cards and Pluto cards first because I find that these are more important ones. You can click on the links below to find out what are these cards about. Bear in mind that these are general readings because there may be details that I'm not able to share with you through the videos. If you would like a more detailed reading or learn more, you can check out Robert Lee Cam or myself and my partners. All the links are on the screen or below. It's an honor for me that you subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.